everybody. So today we are talking about diastasis recti. This is day 2 of our new mom series, and I have up on the screen different variations of this condition. So I want you to take a look, and you can see more of this when you go to our blog. But this condition is something that happens to new moms. Actually, it happens while you're pregnant. Noticeable after you've had your baby, because a lot of moms notice that their stomach doesn't go back to normal, and they have maybe a pooch, the new mom tummy, or they're making great progress with their fat loss and their fitness, but something about their stomach just it's just not quite right. So today we're going to talk about how to test yourself for diastasis recti, and also what you should and shouldn't be doing. So I'll give you some do's and don'ts as well. But first, I want to say hey, so I want to know who else on the call. Will you type your name in the comments here and tell me if you're new? And if you're on and you're a sister, will you type sister in your name down here so I can say hey? Hey Deb, hey, good to have ya. Glad you're here. Hey Adriana, awesome, good. Sisters are in the house. Amy, you're new. Awesome. Well, welcome, Amy. Glad you're here. Hey, Kelly, sister. Good. Hey, Claire. Good. Claire, this is perfect because this is you. This is your specialty. BeyondFit trainer Claire is here. Star, you're new. Awesome. Danielle, new. Lauren, new. Hey, thanks for sharing too. Kim, hey. Hey, Deb. Hey, Deb. Thanks for taking care of me. I love you. Okay. Rachel, you just joined yesterday. Awesome. Sister. Yeah, Christy's here. Okay, so trainer Claire is a BeyondFit trainer who's on, and actually she's a new mom. She has the cutest little thing. Seriously, she's adorable. And Claire just had her baby, and she's a BeyondFit trainer in Germany. So Claire, will you type a bunch of emojis so everybody can go follow you? She gives lots of tips and tricks, and she's a fantastic resource for you. And she's bringing the BeyondFit Bootcamp all the way to Germany. So we are like seriously worldwide. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kate. I'm the creator of BeyondFit. You can find me all over social media. There's trainer Claire at BeyondFit Mom, Instagram, Facebook. And my mission really is to help women live healthy, happy, and balanced lives. So we talk about training. Today's a training kind of tip for you. We talk about nutrition. Yesterday was a nutrition tip for you. And we talk about the missing piece of the puzzle, which my sisters who are on the call, you guys know what it is. So I want you to type the missing piece of the puzzle when it comes to optimal health and fitness and fat loss. Type that in the comments. Hormones, Deb got it. You got it. Oh yeah, now it's coming in. Hormones. So we don't just talk about training. We don't just talk about nutrition. We talk about hormones as well. You got your 2-week-old. So awesome. And she's so cute. So this BeyondFit is a global effort. It's not just me. It's all of you. We call ourselves like the BeyondFit Army. So somebody throw that hashtag up. So you can search BeyondFit Army, and you'll find like-minded women from across the globe who are on this same mission. It's a mission to get our bodies back, to be in good shape, but to practice balance. And it's kind of the idea that motherhood isn't the end to your fitness, and you can be a mom, and you can be fit, and you can be healthy, and you can be happy, and you can be balanced. So today I'm talking for a little bit about this condition, diastasis recti, and the abdominal separation. Now, we actually have a full blog series on the BeyondFit Mom blog. So you can go to beyondfitmom.com/blog, or even Google it, and you'll find a 3-part series from Claire talking about what is diastasis recti, what can you do to avoid it, what can you do when you're pregnant to make sure that you don't worsen this condition. But today I'm going to teach you how to test yourself for it, and then we'll go over really quickly some do's and don'ts. Okay, so there are lots of different variations of this condition, but what you need to know is that it's very common. Okay, so you don't need to freak out. You don't need to be like, oh my gosh, like if you find after this test, this self-test, if you find that you have the diastasis, it's no big deal, okay? In the training world, we call it DR, and it's just abdominal separation, okay? And it's something that a lot of moms just don't even realize that they have, okay? So I'm gonna teach you how to figure out if you have this abdominal separation. Now, it makes sense if you think about the way your belly grows. As you're pregnant, your uterus is expanding, and your belly and your stomach muscles, your abdominal muscles, need to expand and make room for that growing baby. What happens when it expands is that this little tissue in between the muscles stretches, and it can become loose and it can become weak. And anybody who's pregnant has some degree of abdominal separation. But what happens for some women with this condition, the DR, their ab muscles never go back together. So we stretch as we become pregnant, and the tissue in between becomes weak. And typically what happens post-birth is that your ab muscles come back together. But if you have really weak tissue in between these two abdominal muscles, it may not come back together all the way. You may still have some weakness in your core. So you need to be aware of this so that you don't make your condition worse. So here's how we're going to test it. And I actually want you to like prop your phone up, and I want you to get down on the floor. So anybody who's a mom right now, I don't care if your baby's 2 weeks old or 2 years old or 20 years old. I've seen women who have this condition and, you know, they're 6, 10 years postpartum, but they've never tested themselves and they've never done what they needed to do to correct it. So they still may have this condition. So if you're a mom, I want you to get down on the floor. Yes, and it can heal anytime. Claire and I actually did a webinar on the topic. This was one of the topics that we talked about. So I'll look for that. Maybe we can play the replay. But here is what you need to do. You need to lay back flat on the floor, and I want you to bend your knees, okay, and have your feet on the floor. So grab your phone and tap hearts if you're ready and you're doing this. Actually, I want you to comment so I know. I'm testing. Type I'm testing in the comments if you're testing this as I walk through it. Okay, so you're laying on your back and your knees are bent and your feet are on the floor. You're testing, good. Okay, so what you're gonna do, you're testing. Yay, okay, so everybody's on here testing. This is fun. We are all doing this together. Okay, so you're laying on the floor, your feet are flat on the floor and your knees are bent. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift your head and your shoulders, just your shoulders, up off the floor. And then you can put like one arm behind your head, you're testing, perfect, to support your neck. Okay, and you're gonna breathe out. Okay, so breathe out and lift your head and shoulders up off the floor. Okay, now you kind of want to squeeze your abs while you're doing this. So you want to bring your rib cage down to your hips and squeeze your abs, okay? So you're bringing up your head, you're squeezing your abs, kind of imagine you're bringing your rib cage down to your hips, okay? And then you're gonna feel with your fingers, you're gonna put your fingers on your belly button, and you're gonna feel just above your belly button and just below your belly button. And I want you to feel if there's a space. Okay, now what you're gonna feel for, there's two things. The first is the space, the width. Okay, so how wide is the space between those two abdominal muscles? Now you have to flex those muscles when you lift your head. Yes, Jackson? Okay. Okay, mommy's talking, so go to the train table, okay, and play for 1 more second, and then I'll help you. Okay, I'm sorry guys, this is mom duty, so you need to go take this to the train table and I'll help you in a minute, okay? Okay, so you're squeezing and you're feeling the width of that gap between those two muscles, okay? And then you're also gonna feel how deep it is. How deep is the space, so when you put your fingers by your belly button, how far down can you push your fingers into that tissue? Okay, so you're measuring two things, the width, the gap, the space, and then also how deep it is, the depth, okay? So what you wanna know is you wanna know how firm that connective tissue is in between those two abdominal muscles, and you wanna know what the space is. So you can come back up off the floor. Okay, everybody up? Hearts if you're up. I'm back up. Type I'm back up in the comments so I know you're here. Okay, you're back. Okay, Claire's got it. Okay, so then what you're gonna do is if the space is wide, that's gonna be something that you're gonna work on. You're gonna be wanting to close that space. If it's narrow, that's great. That's ideally what we want. Technically, if you're like 2 centimeters or greater, you'd be considered to have this condition. So you can measure, or usually it's like about 2.5 to 3 fingers of space. That would mean that you would technically have this condition, but everybody can work on it, okay? Because what you can do is you can strengthen the tissue so that you don't go as deep. So that means you have strong tissue holding those abdominal areas together. And then you can also close the separation, close the gap so that they're closer together. Okay, so technically speaking, 2 centimeters would consider you to have the DR, and that typically is like 2.5 to 3 finger widths. But anybody who's listening, if your gap was big, it's okay. Don't freak out. Don't panic. It's very normal. I had this with both of my boys and was able to close the separation. I know lots of moms who are on here. Claire, how are you after your first son? Yeah. Good. So Deb actually is a BeyondFit sister who she closed her DR when it was 3. We worked forever on that, Deb, and your progress photos when we made that shift were awesome. I remember that. That's been a little while since we did that. Hasn't it been a little while? Deb, I love you. I'm proud of you. Yeah, it was good. Okay. So, good. Okay, awesome, Claire. That's awesome. Yeah, so that brings me to the next thing. Okay, so there's how to know if you have it. Now, what do you do and what don't you do? What don't you do? You do not do crunches or any abdominal exercise that's going to cause abdominal pressure. So intra-abdominal pressure is what it's called. And it's kind of hard to understand what that means. So let me break it down to you. Intra-abdominal pressure is anything that's going to be pushing from inside your abdomen out onto those abdominal muscles. It's going to be causing a greater degree of separation. It's going to be putting tension on that little piece of connective tissue that's bringing those 2 abdominal muscle sides together. So you don't want anything that causes internal abdominal pressure. Things like crunches are notorious for causing this, but there are a million different ab exercises out there. And I can't list every single ab exercise that you should or shouldn't do. So this is my general guideline for you. I want you to watch for intra-abdominal pressure. Now, how do you know if you have this during any ab exercise? You can look down at your belly and you'll see a cone. You'll see like a small cone shape, almost like a ridge running down the midline of your belly. That's going to be a sign that you have intra-abdominal pressure from this exercise, and it's an exercise that you want to avoid. Okay. You also want to be careful if you're a new mom who has this condition with things like lifting your baby, how you get out of bed. All of those things can cause intra-abdominal pressure on that connective tissue that we're trying to heal. Okay. So we want to heal and we want to rebuild first. Okay. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to do anything that's going to mess with that healing process, that's going to mess with that rebuilding process. Okay, then what do you want to do? Because that's a good question, right? Well, what you want to do, like I said, is heal and rebuild. So you want to slowly bring those 2 sides of the abdominal muscles together. Oh, this is cool. You started with 3 finger widths and now you have 1.5 finger widths. Awesome. That's great progress. You want to do TVA exercises. You want to do slow movements that are going to engage and strengthen your core. Okay. In addition to that, which that is the number 1 thing, you want to make sure that you are giving yourself time to ease back into your training. So you may not be able to jump right into those hardcore exercises, those hardcore, whatever you read in a magazine that the latest celebrity did to get into a size 0, a week after baby. You want to ease back into it and you want to build a solid foundation. Now, I personally really recommend using weight training to begin working on that solid foundation. Now, you want to go slow, you want to go steady, but when you're cleared by your doctor, doing some weight training circuits and then the right type of core training circuits are going to be huge. Okay. So, Claire's like, preach it. So that is in a nutshell what you want to do and don't do. And that's how you test yourself. So I'm curious for everybody who was on, who tested yourselves, did you have the space? Comment and tell me if you had the space. So we have some resources for you. I actually have, we have a diastasis recti kind of guide. It tells you a little bit more about the condition and then again how to test for it. And that's a free download. TVA stands for transverse abdominal muscles. Yeah. And Deb is posting that link there. So if you go to beyondfitmom.com/test4DR, everything that I shared with you on this scope is there, and you can download and print it. So some people had spaces. Yeah. So if you had a space, you want to go to that website, you can see that right there that Deb's sharing, beyondfitmom.com/test4DR. And you can download the guide. So if you missed what I was saying or you jumped on the call halfway, you can download the guide. You can test yourself at home, and you can read a little bit more about the condition and what it is, and then we'll help you kind of rebuild and heal from that point. So that's today's scope. Yesterday we talked about nutrition. Today we're talking about training, specifically training those abs, what you shouldn't do, what you should do, how to know if you have the abdominal separation. That is very common among most moms. And tomorrow we're going to talk about postpartum hormones. So I want to know if you're going to stick around tomorrow, if you'll be listening in. Will you be here? Type I'll be here in the comments. So we'll talk about hormones, which hormones are huge. They're such a game changer when it comes to fitness and fat loss for moms. Good, you'll be here, yay. So I'll look forward to talking to you then. Make sure you're following so you get the alert when we're live. Here's the scoop. I was trying, yeah, you'll be here, good. I was trying to do these like every day at a specific time. But those of you who are moms, you know that it's really hard for anything to go according to a schedule down to the minute. So today I took the boys to story time, and then we had a play date downtown, and we played at the park, and it was beautiful. So I was like, okay, when I get home and I get Warren down for his nap, and you can see Jackson, he's playing, and I'm going to go help him with his train table in just a minute. When I get Warren down for his nap, it's partly quiet, I can chat with you. So that's kind of my plan for tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's going to be a super busy day because I teach boot camp really early, and then I come home, and I'm going to hopefully get my own BeyondFit Life workout in. Then I'll take Jackson to preschool. And then maybe I'll scope in between preschool, or else when we get back. I'm an East Coast girl, North Carolina. Yeah. So sometime around this time frame-ish, I'm Eastern Standard, so you can expect that I'll be on kind of sometime during Warren's morning nap. But just make sure you're following, and then you'll get the alert when we're live. And of course, you can listen to the rebroadcast, and actually if you haven't done it yet, would you share this broadcast? You can press that little person and kind of swipe, and you can share to your Periscope followers, you can share to your Facebook friends, you can share. I would love for you to do that. Florida here, awesome, cool. And this just helps us spread the word, because there's a lot of, thanks Lynn for sharing, you're awesome. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and a lot of moms who just don't know about the condition or about what to do. And so I am on a mission to spread the word. And like I said, it's not just me, it's the whole BeyondFit army. So you guys are part of it. You're part of it. Cool. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. Deb shared on Facebook. Awesome. Oh, good. Enjoy the rest of your day. Love you, Claire. It was good. I was so glad to have you on. So I hope everybody was following Claire. She was on there. Good. Thank you for sharing on Facebook. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, you can talk. Do you have any questions? Anything you want to talk about? I'm going to go help Jackson in just a minute. Oh, it's been a busy day. Have you guys been having a busy day? Whew. Good. I hope this stuff is helpful, Lynn. Anybody else really want to take a nap when their kids take a nap? I'm so just the afternoon slump. So I'm going to make some BCAAs. I use BCAAs. They're my secret weapon for energy. So I'll mix those up and in my shaker bottle and sip on those this afternoon. That'll give me the pick me up that I need. But anyways, if you need help on diastasis recti, go to beyondfitmom.com/test4DR. I think that was the website, right, Deb? I don't know if Deb's still on. And you can go there. And if you haven't done so yet, if you're a brand new mom, or maybe you're pregnant and you're preparing for the postpartum recovery, check out Beyond Baby. Beyond Baby is our 12-week postpartum fat loss program. And you can find out more info on that beyond-baby.com. BCAAs, I did a whole scope on it. So go to catchwithak.me/BeyondFitMom and you can watch my scope on BCAAs. But yeah, the Beyond Baby program is great. It's a 12-week postpartum program to heal and rebuild and to balance those hormones and to get your fat burning back on track. And it really, really works. So, you don't have to be a new mom. It works for moms of all ages. But we'd love to have you join it. Yeah. So there's the link for that. Awesome. And I saw some questions pop up, but I was chatting, so I missed them. If you want to repost your questions, you can do that. And then I'm going to go play with my big man. Jackson is like dying. He's very serious about his training tables. So, how much coffee do I drink? I am still nursing Warren. So I do limit my coffee to the morning time, and I usually do like a cup or two. I haven't noticed any issues with my sleep or any issues with Warren colicky or sleep or any issues with that. So I do a cup or two of my coffee, and I love my morning coffee. Yeah. So. Okay, well, I think that was it. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. Oh my gosh, I have a million favorite coffees. I like flavored coffee because I don't really put, oh yeah, so there's the link again. Go to that link. Thanks, Deb. I don't really put anything in my coffee. I'll do like a splash of almond milk or I'll do like some protein powder and stir it in. But I love flavored coffees. Brew La La is a really good company that has a lot of really awesome flavored coffees. So you could check that out. Yeah. Okay. Well, I love you guys. I'll talk to you sometime tomorrow. Hope you have a great day. And,